large and small, wide and high, long and short, positive and negative, contradictions that surround us. They seem to be incompatible. By their very nature, they demand an either-or response, oil or water. OTEQ is a totally new formulation technology that overcomes previously incompatible opposites. A suspension with all of the biological advantages of an emulsion, but solvent-free. A formulation with excellent properties that reliably transports the active substance into the plant. The components. The active ingredient, a substance, no matter what it is, transported as a solid. A dispersing agent ensuring that the crystal, the active ingredient, is going to be suspended in oil and in water, so it can be transported in both fluids. The oil, a biodegradable vegetable oil, for example, extracted from sunflowers or corn. Dissolved in this oil, an additive, later on the penetration enhancer on the leaf. The emulsifying agent is a tenside that is both hydrophilic and lipophilic. If the tenside molecules are suspended in the oil, they form a micelle. The hydrophilic poles are oriented inwards, the lipophilic poles are oriented outwards. The exceptional properties of the OTEQ formulation lie in the perfect interaction between the individual components. The active ingredient and the oil, the penetration enhancer and the emulsifying agent are each based on sophisticated principles. Their combined effect is the reason for the success of this innovative concept, a really new creative formulation which acts differently while it is still in a bottle. After a few weeks on the shelf, OTEQ products show the so-called syneresis effect. This is induced by the dispersing system and assures the compatibility of the active ingredient both in oil and water. This is not sedimentation, it is completely redispersible. As a result of syneresis, the liquid components are expelled from the network formed by the active ingredient particles. The network becomes more compact, but the single particles retain their freedom to move. Its appearance is not an indication that the product is old and unusable. Briefly shaking the compound completely restores it to its original state, and preparation of the tank filling can begin. Due to the action of the dispersing agent, our active substance is distributed homogeneously in water as well as in oil. Furthermore, the emulsifying agent shows a spontaneous reaction. The lipophilic pole of the tensides attaches to the oil. The hydrophilic end is attracted to the water. At the oil-water boundary, the tenside star practically turns inside out and encloses very fine droplets of oil. However, there is not enough oil for all of the tensides. As a result, there are still free tensides floating in the spray solution. The success of an application always depends on accuracy and dose rate. OTEQ can be applied with small quantities of water per hectare because you can be sure that the active substance will be deposited on the leaf. Excellent retention is the result of the free tensides that are still in the spray solution. As the droplets in the spray fly through the air, these molecules seek a medium for their lipophilic pole. Because no more oil is available and they are attracted more to air than to water, this is a property that has been carefully selected. They migrate to the area that borders on the air. They perforate the surface of the droplet, reducing its surface tension. The result? Excellent retention of the spray solution and uniform distribution of the deposit on the leaf. It has been proven that OTEQ can even reach and cover leaf surfaces that are difficult to wet. When you are sure that the active substance penetrates into the leaf, then the reliability and speed of the activity will be enhanced. Without spraying large amounts of oil, we have now been able to reliably deposit the active substance and the oil onto the leaf. Both of them, because now the perfect interaction between the oil and active substance begins. The water evaporates. The oil, which has excellent creeping properties, forms a film after only a few minutes. This film reliably binds the crystals of the active substance to the surface of the leaf. This is the secret behind the proven outstanding rainfastness of OTEQ formulations compared with other liquid formulations. The oil has a further property. It dissolves the active substance from the crystal. However, this only happens until a certain concentration has been reached in the oil. Now the penetration enhancer goes into action. Up to this point, it was dissolved in the oil and transported. It allows the active substance to penetrate faster and more easily into the inner leaf tissues. It makes the leaf surface permeable for the active substance. The result is excellent penetration, accelerated transport inside the leaf, and faster availability to the sucking insect. Remember that the oil extracts the active substance from the crystal, but only up to a certain concentration. With the assistance of the penetration enhancer, the dissolved active substance migrates into the inner parts of the leaf. The concentration within the oil decreases, and this leads to further extraction from the crystal. Our active substance crystal acts as a kind of mine. It is reliably retained in the oil and is gradually extracted. The gradual extraction of the active substance, depending on the concentration in the oil, produces the long-lasting activity of the OTEQ compound. OTEQ is a new formulation technology which combines the opposing characteristics of oil and water greatly to the advantage of the active substance. The result? Excellent retention and distribution of the spray solution on the leaf surface. Optimal penetration and accelerated transport into the plant tissues. Natural oils provide outstanding rain fastness combined with fast and long-lasting activity. OTEQ. Activate the energy.